Yeah, welcome back. In the last video, we have seen how to implement a incremental loading for a one table. Okay. Now we are going to see if there are a multiple tables. Okay, multiple tables which are going to increment on daily basis. Okay, how we are going to implement those things. That is the pipeline we are going to create. Okay. Let me look. This is the old pipeline we created for a single table, and we have used a couple of parameters. Okay. And this is how the control table we created in the last video. Okay, you can refer the last video. Okay, now we are using the same things, same data set. We are going to update a couple of things. Number one is, in the last video, we are dynamically passing, using the parameters, we are passing the source timestamp column. Suppose this is the transaction table, right? In transaction table, trans timestamp is the column which have the date time representation. Okay, and the products is the entry date. So in a real time, when we are loading the multiple tables, we cannot pass the dynamically the parameters. You have the one table, two table, it's okay. What if you have the five tables? For the five tables, you cannot run five times. Okay, we, everything must and should be in a generic way, so that we are going to update our configuration table. So we are going to add a new column called as source timestamp column. Okay, source timestamp column varchar maximum. Okay, so that even though it is a different table, even you can give the schema name. Nothing to worry about it. Schema name. Let's take schema underscore name varchar maximum. Okay, so table name represents from which table you want to increment the load. Okay, schema name. Suppose the transaction table may be in one schema, products table may be in another schema. Okay, if you represent the schema name there, it will be very useful thing. Okay. Watermark date time means you have to give the date. Okay, on which date I want to copy the data. Okay, source timestamp column, you have the transaction timestamp in the transaction table, you have the entry date in the products table. Suppose you have another table called as orders, it may have the order date. Anything. Okay, anything. So by we are giving some flexibility to our pipeline at the time of triggering on daily basis. So if you pause the column names, it would be very easy to us. Okay, so let me show the pipeline how it would be looks like for the multiple tables. Same only, three steps. Okay, nothing to worry about it. Firstly, same like previous one, we will look for the config table. Okay, when you are looking for the configuration table, these parameters are no need, I just given. Okay, even though if you not given, it doesn't matter even. Okay, so I will show the lookup configuration. Okay, this is how the lookup configuration looks like output, looking up on the configuration table. So if you observe there, value, table name, transaction, products. Okay, so I'm going to take like, okay, these two tables I am expecting daily increment data will come. You can give a number of tables you want. This is the framework, this is the generic framework. Okay, this is for the old one. Okay, old configuration table. Any configuration table, it will be same. What are the extra things we added? We added the schema name. Schema name will come into picture. Okay, another thing, source timestamp column, that also comes into picture. Okay, everything will come like this. I think I did not copy it. Like this. Okay, source source increment column. Okay, for the transaction, it would be a transaction timestamp. Okay, For product, it would be entry date. Count to is nothing but two tables are there in the configuration table. And then for each. Okay. So, okay, we'll discuss. In the for each is for looping whatever the values coming from the lookup. Okay. We will loop to each and every table. And in the for each activity, we are going to use the copy data activity. And then updating the watermark, whatever we given at the initial stage of the configuration table. Okay. So let's create a new pipeline. So before that one, we need to add a column to our configuration table by using this query in a SQL Server. Okay. Let's take staging by the editor. So let's select stop from schema. Okay. I already added that column and I will just show how to add that one. Just like the same SQL command only, alter table. Okay. You can observe transaction, products, watermark and all. Okay. Alter table, configuration, add, source, increment column. You can give naming convention, whatever you are good at. Okay. And then data type. Okay. Once after giving, just insert the value. How just like insert command by using the insert command. Or else you are doing the source incoming column in the next process. Suppose you added a new column. Okay, then we need to update the table. Instead of inserting, we have to update our table like this. So that is why initially, while creating the control table or configuration table, we need to be very careful. Even you can add a number of things, whatever you want. We are taking the source as a SQL Server, right? And the target as a ADLS. What if the target would be again in Azure SQL? Same thing. We have to give the table name in the control table or configuration table. Okay. And if you represent the target table name there, data will go and insert. Anything, the pipeline is the same. One thing will be changed. That is the configuration table. Whatever values you going to mention in a configuration table, that must and should be under the care you have to give it. Okay. Don't worry. I will share the script. Okay. Whatever the necessary things, please take it into consideration by watching the video. Okay. Update configuration table, set source incoming column. So I have the two tables, right? So that's why I use the case and when table. When the table name is transaction, then transact timestamp. Else, if it is a products, go just keep the entry date. Okay. Likewise, I am updating. Instead of writing multiple times of update query, and just updating at a time by using the case and case condition. Okay. Now we'll create a fresh thing. Okay. Fresh pipeline for this demo. Create a new pipeline. Let me call as pipeline 7 demo meeting. What is our first activity? Is the lookup activity. Lookup for configuration table. go to settings, select the data set, okay, whatever you want. Config staging I am using, okay. Don't select the first row. If you select the first row, you will only get one table, okay, first table data only. So I am using the value here. Now do the query. In the query, we require all the data, whatever present in a configuration table. So the simple query, select store from dbo.config. Okay, this is the simple query. That's fine. Publish it. So we are doing the same thing only. The one thing will change is we are in the last video we are just given the we just selected the first row only. Okay. Here we are selecting the value, and also we are using the for each. Debug. No need of any pipeline parameters. Why? Because we are using directly a value. Yeah. Success. Always it is preferred to copy the response. It is preferred to copy the response. I already copied. Paste it in a notepad. Then we need to loop through the each and every table, right? So for looping, we have the for each activity. Go to settings. Don't need no need of selecting the sequential. Okay. Go to items. Why? Because we need to all the tables increment at a time. Look up the configuration value array. Okay. Fine. Now just select the wait activity for the checking either I'm getting the response or not. Okay, wait, that's fine. Publish. Debug. Yeah, I'm getting the response. Item count 2. No. Okay, no problem. Offer is working fine. Now delete it. No need. Now copy data activity. Just this is the extension of the first video. Okay. Whatever we did in the first video, that is the replicating here, the same thing inside the for each. Okay. Only the query condition will be changed. The workflow is same. So it's the configuration staging. Select query. And here we need to write the query. Okay. What would be the query? We need to select everything from the configuration table whenever the table name is equal to transaction. Okay. So whenever the table name is equal to transaction and whatever the transaction timestamp or entry date, whatever the date related column is there, okay, that is greater than the watermark date, whatever we presented there. Okay. Now we will write some query related to that one. this one. Just give me a minute. So I'm using the greater than condition. Okay, you can use the greater than or equal to condition, whatever you want. Huh? Let me write the code so that you can encounter what is the error. Okay, let me write the code. This is the error code. So let's start from item dot item dot. What is our value? Table. Table name. I think we have to give it in a floor bracket. That's fine. Where item dot source incremental column. Okay, let us consider entry data or times anything. Okay, greater than or equal to whatever condition you record according to your business logic. Okay, we need to compare item dot watermark value. Watermark. Okay, and sync. It's better to no need. Already we created, right? DS destination. Give the folder name anything you want. Let us check the result. Okay, we'll type the code directly. Okay, according to the table name we need to have a folder. That's what our major condition, right? So rate concat item dot table name comma. There at the time of parameters we are passing pipeline parameter dot source table name or whatever. Here also we are doing the same thing. UTC now. UTC now. Let's take here. UTC now. Sorry. UTC month date. Let me copy this one. Okay. File name. Same thing. Okay. In the table name, I want a file name. UTC now. Dot CSV. Okay. Let me publish this one and check the error. So before that, in the destination folder, I would like to change the file part. Means go to Azure data storage. Okay, fine. Create another folder. Let us create. Yeah, in the last video we created dynamically. Okay, you can go through with that one. Not an issue. Increment meeting. Okay, increment meeting. That's okay. Now we browse it. Increment meeting. Okay, sure. Now let us debug it and let us check what's the error would be. Yeah, got it. Failure item is not recognized by bill item. Uh, okay. Check here once. Item. I think we did some mistake there. Okay. Whenever you got the error, check the error message and also check the input, whatever you are getting. Hmm. Okay, that we can resolve. And the next error would be here we will get it. Here it is in a string format. We need to get timestamp. Okay. So for that one, we need to modify our query. Nothing. Just go to source. At the source, previously we forgot to add the floor brackets. Okay. Okay, we'll add it and let's check the error once again. Related to watermark. Okay. This time I am also only given the equal to publish. Debug. Refresh it. Successfully we got the error. Nothing to worry. Oh, what happened again at source? Okay. This time we'll try with concat code. So that's why preferred, especially when you're trying with values, always prefer to go with the concat code. Okay. Select start from, give the space from, give the space. Otherwise, we'll get the space type error. Okay. Item, fine. Item dot table name, comma, again space, comma, item dot source incremental column, comma, equal to. Okay. You can keep this equal to condition in one quotation and casting the watermark in other quotation, or else you can put it in the same. Okay. Nothing to worry. Cast. Okay. Comma. This is just to eliminate the double quotations, whatever we are getting from the copy data activity input. Dot watermark or column. Let me check watermark spelling. Yeah, fine. Again, how many codes? 4 codes. 1, 2, 3, 4. As we need to convert into a date time, right? As date time. Mhm. Mhm. Missing preceding comma. Missing preceding comma. Where I will get it? Comma given. Mm, Let us recheck with the script what we have. Proceedings. Hmm, Same thing only. Let's do it again. Copy this one. That's fine. Okay, click on OK. Okay. And the next activity is we will run everything at a time. Okay. Next activity is we need to update the watermark in the configuration table to the maximum date coming from the source table. Okay. Look up update watermark. Go to settings. Source data set, obviously config staging. This time first row only, not for the first row. We need to update for all the tables. Select the query. Add a dynamic condition. Okay. The dynamic condition we have. Update dbo.config. Its configuration to set watermark column equal to. Okay. Copy watermark equal to set the maximum value coming from the for each. Okay. Just wait a second. Cancel. Go to our previous incremental. Okay. Look up for configuration to go to settings. Yeah. Copy everything. We can update or we can modify according to our use condition. Sorry. Add a dynamic content. Okay. It will throw some. It will throw error. Why? Because we don't have the pipeline parameters, right? We have the item values. Okay. Here we have to give those values. Maximum. Item dot source incremental column. Okay. From item dot table name. Item dot table. Same again. Here also item dot table name. Okay. Select one is the dummy one. Why? Because in the lookup update, update query is not going to be valid. Some people will use the store procedure to update a watermark. Some people, mostly not in the tutorial classes, what we observe in YouTube. Okay. Some people use the script activity. Okay. Script activity. You can search on the activities, script activity. We have to write the same code there. Okay. Let's validate. Or no errors are there. That's fine. Publish it. Good. Okay. So before that, go to staging. Go to transaction table. Okay. We'll give insert into dbo dot transactions values. So copy 7, 8, 2023, 2023. It's the maximum date. Okay, fine. 2023 03. We give an equal to condition, right? Okay, we'll update it. Not an issue. Is that staging greater than or equal to 2023 20 21 03 20. Okay, these two will going to insert in the transaction table. Yeah, successfully done. Similarly, in the same way, in same faction, sorry, in same manner, products table. Product detail, products. The entity. Okay. You can insert some new data. Insert into products, values, copy, 15. We'll insert another record. 16. Okay. These two records will insert into the products table. And also we have to change a slightly a condition in the query, which is used in the copy data activity. Not the update one. Go to copy data. Here, you greater than or equal to. Okay. So even though whatever the date we mentioned, see initially in the framework you have to give the date. You have to manually give the date. Later on it will going to update. Okay. When you run the second time, no need to give the date in the configuration table. For the first time only you have to give the date. Remember this point. Okay. This is doing everywhere, not only here. Okay. Not only for this remote, this is doing it everywhere. Let's debug it. Let's hope we don't get any kind of errors. Oh, success. Okay. Let's go. Increment meeting. Increment meeting. Products. 2023 03 31. Let's check the data. Yeah. Okay. 3 record. Why? Because in the configuration table, I given the 15 March date. Whatever greater than or equal to, I will get the data. Okay. Now go back to staging again. Now let's look into the config table. Either the watermark data has been updated or not. dbo.config. Yes, the maximum date is 16 March, and in the transaction maximum date is 21. Okay, this is how the incremental data will work. Okay, if we give the suppose in the earlier starting of this video, I mentioned schema name. Okay, schema name. When you include the schema name, then in the query you need to change only one thing. Where it is, go to copy data activities. Okay. Here in front of the table name, you have to give item dot schema name, comma. That's it. When you select the sync as the same as Azure SQL, okay, you need to insert, or then you have to write a query like insert into item dot target table. Target table is going to mention in the configuration table. Okay, like that you have to insert. Okay, that's it for video. This is called as the metadata framework. For any project, it is the same thing, right?